The Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese and convener of the National Peace Committee, NPC, Most Reverend Matthew Kukah, has reiterated that alleged Christian killings in Nigeria do not amount to genocide. Oh my God, really? Stressing that the defining factor of genocide is intent rather than casualty figures. Barrister, I'll continue, but let me ask this question. What is he talking about? Yeah, of course, we know genocide has to do with intent. Are you telling me that there is nothing intentional about the wiping away of Christians in the Middle Belt? Barrister, has that not been intentional so far? When an entire village will be wiped out.
I have expressed my view repeatedly on your show. And when Matthew Kukah made that statement, I understood it. He was talking more like a politician than as a religious leader or as somebody who has sympathy for the suffering of his people.
Okay, hold on. Yes. Sorry. Okay, sorry to cut you short. Let me continue and finish up. Addressing alleged misinterpretations of his past comments while presenting a paper at the 46th Supreme Convention of the Knights of St. Molumba in Kaduna, Kukah said, people say there is genocide in Nigeria. What I presented at the Vatican was a 1,270-page study on genocide in Nigeria and elsewhere. My argument is that it is not accurate to claim there is genocide or martyrdom in Nigeria. He also faulted sweeping claims of martyrdom. Because someone is killed in a church, does that automatically make them a martyr? Whether you are killed while stealing someone's yam or attacked by bandits, does that qualify a martyrdom? I am worried because we must think more deeply. Kukah said he aligns fully with the Vatican Secretary of State, the President of the Catholic Bishops Conference of Nigeria, and all Catholic bishops in Nigeria, in the country, on the position that there is no persecution of Christians in Nigeria. He questioned figures being circulated about church attacks. He said, this is the most offensive one to me. They are saying, that's quote, they are saying that 1,200 churches are burnt in Nigeria every year. And I asked myself, in which Nigeria? Interestingly, nobody approached the Catholic Church to get accurate data. Quote, we do not know where these figures came from. All this talking about persecution, has anyone ever called to ask Bishop Kukah, what is the situation? The data being circulated cleverly avoids the Catholic Church because they know Catholics do not indulge in heresy. And you say you are persecuted by questions. How? Okay, Barrister, sorry to cut you short. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, when he spoke, you can see that he's speaking as a politician. Look, the truth is that Bishop Kukah is a very intelligent man. He's highly intellectual. He knows the truth, but he's forced to align with the official version of the church. So he speaks as a politician. And you see the difficulty in his argument, because when he's making the argument, it seems so simple and so pedestrian that a person of his intellect should know better. You don't just say the fact that they killed 10 million people amounts to genocide. Look, he knows that, for instance, in Plateau and Benue, villages have been wiped out and taken over, renamed. And this wiping up amounts, it's not just simple wiping out. Children, men, women have been killed. The livestock have been killed and destroyed. And the villages have been taken over and given new names. And they go to the next village. It's village after village after village. It's not one. And these things are not happening at once. They are happening persistently and consistently. And it's between one ethnic group that is doing the killing and the other ethnic group that is being killed. that meets any definition of genocide anywhere, whether legal or United Nations or anything. It meets the definition of genocide. Kukah is intelligent enough to know, and I believe he knows.
He knows,
but he is forced to toe the line of the Catholic Church for whatever. And you know, if you go back to history, you know what the Catholic Church does.
Yes, I was going to come to that.
The most political church. They always align with the political forces of the time from history. So you understand their own.
That is why, surprisingly, do you know? You know, of course, you know that surprisingly, that the Catholic Church is against Israel. What they are doing.
Of course, that is what I'm telling you right from history. If you know the history of the Catholic Church,
yes,
they compromise for survival.
Yeah,
it is always physical survival, not even spiritual.
No.
And when you look at Kukah, he's a bishop. His headquarters is in Sokoto.
Yeah.
He also, even on a personal level, he doesn't want to rock the boat.
The boat in Sokoto, in that area.
He and the Sultan
are close.
As close
yes.
as you can get. Recently, he made mention that one of his friends, a Muslim, bought him a jeep. He made mention of that. So when you look at all these things, the position of the church, his own personal safety, which they always put before any other thing, you can understand. He is far more intelligent than the statement he's putting up there.
Honestly.
Far more than the state. And whatever you say, I always point, why are people in IDP camps today for the past 10 years?
Yeah.
Can he answer that one? They have been driven from their land. They can't go back. So how is that not genocide?
Honestly, this is the reason why the Bible says judgment will definitely begin from the church. That is just it.
Also, let me add that it is Bishop Anegbe of Makudi Diocese that went to the US to give this evidence.
Yeah. I watched his testimony
at the a Catholic bishop like Kukah. Although Kukah is far more prominent.
Yes.
In the Catholic Church in Nigeria than Anegbe.
Anegbe, yeah.
So you can still find one or two priests
bishop,
that will
of course.
tell you the truth. And you also hear from our governor when he came out to say there is no genocide.
Yeah.
Where he knows the truth.
The truth.
So you understand it in that light, that they want to toe the church line.
Honestly,
I think this thing is coming right from the Vatican, that do not accept that there's a genocide in Nigeria.
That's like you said, the Vatican, like you said, the Vatican is as evil. For those of you who are Catholics, this is not issue. That's not personal, but it has to do with history. I am just being objective here, so don't think I'm just attacking your faith. I obviously have Catholic followers as well, but I say things. I don't say things to actually massage anyone's ego or to please you. No, I speak the reality, the truth, and I'm always as blunt as possible. The truth is that the Catholic Church has always been an epitome of evil. It's in the history. They have been on the side, just like Barrister said, they have always been on the side of the political class. They have always been on the side of the establishment. They've been working hand in hand all through the history of, and that is why up to tomorrow they have been against the Jewish state, and they fought the Jew. They massacred Jews during the Roman Empire or whatever, and that's still that
they were complicit in the genocide against the Jews as well.
Oh, good. Okay, they were complete. I don't have that note. This is that is the genocide again. That is during the Hitler genocide. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
You see, I've not read that or whatever. I didn't read that. So you can imagine, you can imagine people that were complicit in the genocide against the Jews. What do you expect? So Catholic, they may be wearing cross and preaching Jesus Christ. Honestly, it's hypocritical. They are
more like politicians. They act more like politicians than like
that.
this.
That is just
that is why.
That is why you see Catholics, they align more with Muslims than Christians. That is just globally. You see them actually they are closer to Muslims than Christians. I bet you an average Catholic person who is very, very strong in Catholic, they detest Pentecostals. The Pentecostal Christians, they hate them more than Muslims. Like I said, the Taliban. That's why you see Pope having. I remember during Yasser Arafat the late Yasser Arafat of Gaza then, Palestine then. They were very close. Pope has been close with all those Muslim leaders, closer to Muslim leaders than any other Pentecost. Have you ever seen? Let me even ask you. Have you ever seen any Pentecostal leader having association or meeting with the Pope in any form or shape? Barrister, you are older than me. Have you ever?
It's extremely rare.
Yeah.
I have not.
Good.
I've not seen.
Yet we have seen Pope countless number of times for over the years having real meetings and association with Islamic leaders. So that will tell you who they are. They are the Catholics. Well, now when I say the Catholics, I'm not talking about the nominal or whatever. You, especially my viewers, probably some of my audience they are not. Of course, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the top echelon of the Catholics. Honestly, they are the enemy of Christianity. Sorry to say that. What am I saying? I'm not even sorry to say that. I'm just telling you the truth. They are the enemy.
Like I said,
that's just
like I said, the Catholic Church is run more like a political body than a religious one.
Yeah.
One needs to go through the history of the church to see, and they are the first people to how do I put it? They concede a lot.
Yeah.
Just for their survival.
Yeah.
That has always been how they are. And even in today's world, it is the Catholic Church that is leading the fight for a so-called one-world religion.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You can put it that way.
Right on that. Yeah. That is.
If they have their way, they will unite the whole world in a one religion where they compromise, take from here, take from there.
Yeah.
And
you're right. Absolutely.
And take it up.
You're right. And that is why I consider them like this issue of border, immigration of a thing. The Pope is so hypocritical. You are supporting, you are criticizing, especially the one that just died. Even the new one now, the Leo, who is an American too. They are criticizing the one that died, the immediate past Leo Pope. He was an ardent critic of Donald Trump then. You are talking about opening borders. You are criticizing the US. Why are you closing the borders? Why are you not leave the border or whatever? That is what the preaching of Christ, blah, 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 blah. But the Vatican, Barrister, is there any country that is so walled, that is fenced, that is so secured, that is more secured than Vatican, or not even more, that is up to as secured as the Vatican? You need to see the wall of the Vatican walls are so tall, very, very tall. Walls, seriously, the kind of security that is in that Vatican city is just unbelievable. So when you are asking other countries to open their borders, yet your own border is tight, is watertight or airtight. That is the height of hypocrisy.